Honeys! Welcome to another season of Mindful Mouthful, and I am Cine, your host as every day. So today we're talking about the mindful part of things, and I'm sorry that my stuff is lagging, for God knows why it's lagging, and yeah. Okay, so, talk about a person who's using their influence for the good. Not only am I making you guys laugh, I'm also educating and opening your minds this lockdown season. You have to thank me. Okay, so today I'm going to be discussing, and the sun is just running away, and I really don't want to do this in front of a ring light. We're discussing the social media dangers. Okay, so we all know what happened to Somizian, saying that he spoke to Mr. Figil Balula, and the great passing of the Queen Vanolia Machejo. I'm sorry. I suck at this. Okay, so, and we know that there is one minister that had breakfast and it was posted on social media. And wow, guys, that was another thing altogether. This is, now please bear in mind, this is not a gossip channel. This is more of an educational channel where we share minds, hearts, and thoughts. Okay, so basically now let's talk about the whole Somizi thing, right? As an influencer, I know what it's like to actually fall into the bad side of your influence. And I definitely get where Somizi was coming from, although his joke did not sound like a joke, but it came across to people as yeah, something else, you know? But you know, that's just me. I don't want to start a fight, you know? But I do understand, like, the coincidence, you know, the coincidence was just so uncanny. It was wow. It was impeccable. So, you know, for me personally, I do feel like people make mistakes. Don't step on people's mistakes. And with this whole social media thing, it's so confusing because as an influencer, a lot of people take you as God. And one mistake you make, you are dead. You are down the line. You're busted. And yeah, people are going to get you all disgusted and all that. When you walk into Instagram, you have to walk in with your face beads. Walking into Twitter, you have to walk in with your boxing gloves. Walking onto Facebook, you can walk in whenever the hell you like it because you choose your friends and you choose whoever is following you. But walking into, let's see, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you walk in with an entrepreneur's mindset because, you know, it's a money-making scheme. Not really, but like, if you want to benefit, you will walk out with whatever the hell you finna walk out with. So with the whole social media dangers, it is dangerous, and people like us do have influence, hence why I'm doing this, because I feel like I'm influential in the educational and in the humor part of things, even though I wasn't meaning to be humorous. I was just sharing thoughts. Honey. So yeah, you know, I definitely feel like it is much harder for an influencer than it is for a normal person, because you can walk away with a lot of things if you have less than 1,000 followers, but once you have 1,000 followers, people kind of godify you. And yeah, it's so hard to just live your life as a normal person afterwards, because people then see your flaws, and you know, you get people who tag onto you and just want to drag you for life and eternity. So yeah, I you know, and this whole social media thing, you know, you can drive social media. People don't understand that it's themselves that drive social media. For example, like Vanolia Machejo. Before the great queen passed on, she did say she needed a job. She did say that, but because she was not on social media, because of the person that she was, a lot of her stuff was covered. You know, we never saw her pain. And for me, that's like the saddest thing ever. When you pass, then they only give you 200,000, but whereas you've been crying to people the whole entire time that you needed help. I think that's the most saddest part about like the whole passing on of the great queen. You know, for me, that just really broke my heart. It's like, why didn't you appreciate her when she was alive? Shout out to Miguelings, another influencer who actually appreciated Leleti Kumalo while she was still alive, you know, or while she is still alive. And that's what we need to be doing as people, to make sure that we appreciate our own celebrities. As influencers, we appreciate people who are alive, you know, at this point in time. Don't just like, when the person died, oh my God, and yeah. So influencers have quite a large influence than more than what they think. Just because you have 10,000 followers, 11,000, you carrying a whole city of people. I know collectively I've got 55,000 followers collectively from all my social medias. And this is from Facebook, from Twitter, YouTube, Snapchat, everyone all together, And I was like, damn, I'm like carrying like a whole province here. Like I best use this for my yeah. Okay, so with that being said, I also want to say you could also be bullied, on social media. For example, look at Sophie Ndala. Just the other day, she got a gig with Showmax. Was it Showmax? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. She got a gig on lockdown. And people were now making fun of the way she looked. She didn't ask to look the way she did. I remember the one time when she didn't show herself for the longest time, and then people started getting at her that she was sick and all that stuff. All we need to do is to support each other. Don't be calling out other people's wrongs, because it doesn't help at the end of the day you're calling out someone's wrong and you yourself are no saint. That's why whenever on media, I choose what I say. Although some of the things that I say, people don't take them the right way, or they don't take them, but it is taken the wrong way. And oftentimes I move on. Like, I mourned the time I was being bullied on social media because of something that I said and people misinterpreted it. But I got up and I said, I'm going to use my platform for the good, to educate people for the right reasons. And we learn, we move on. And that's exactly me, And I do feel like as a social media influencer, we need to start realizing the power we hold. For you to be followed by 30,000, 100,000 people, that goes to say something about you and what you are as a person. And yeah. Okay, so I think that pretty much sums up the whole thing of what I had to say. Please feel free to voice your thoughts. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is culture. Do you think culture in South Africa is accepted with the whole xenophobia, with white people getting away with their white privilege in Africa? Like mixed race, people who don't like coconuts, and it's going to be a very wide topic. But if you enjoyed this, please don't forget to leave a thumbs up. If you're watching from Facebook, please don't forget to follow the page. If you're watching from Instagram, please don't forget to follow me. And if you're watching from YouTube, please don't forget to subscribe. And that was the end of the show. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Mindful Mouthful. Mwah. My battery's low.